Who's gonna be first down the stairs? Who's gonna be first down the stairs? Steve. T-Rex, you coming? Who's eager to start a Tuesday? Easy. Who's ever eager to start a Tuesday? It's not just your average Tuesday, though. It's December 26th Tuesday, and it doesn't feel like a Tuesday at all. It feels like, I don't know, another Sunday. 42 degrees. 42 degrees. Just before 10 o'clock the day after Christmas. This is day 3 of what ultimately is going to be about a 6-day thaw. A thaw, in my definition, is when the temperature stays above freezing around the clock. So remember last time I was here, we had a block of ice there. And when you're in a thaw, the ice melts. And this is the time of year when ice is supposed to be building and we want to go ice skating. Instead, we're in this chilly, low-level, saturated air mass. There are 2 kinds of fog out there. Radiational fog and advective fog. I was going to say something really snarky about what kind of fog there are. Anyhow, this is radiation fog. Last night, the sky was clear as the sun was going down, and the temperature cooled to the dew point. And here's the temperature and dew point together. With I turned off the red numbers, which were wind gusts, so we don't have the red numbers. The blue numbers are the dew point. The black number is the temperature, and what stands out there is the 44 over 44 in Chatham, the 37 over 37 in Boston, the 32 over 32 in Freiburg, Maine. And so when you get saturated air mass, 100% relative humidity and fog, and 32 in Freiburg, that means you got to be really careful walking to the car and driving because there can be some icy roads again. And that's getting more and more isolated because, you know, the ground has been warming up now for 3 days. The thaw has now reached over 5,000 feet on Mount Washington. Just the very summit of Mount Washington, 6,288 feet, I think, is still just about at freezing. So the thaw is reaching up to the tops of our mountains, which, if you're skiing, you get above this undercast. It's actually pretty nice today, although the wind on top of Mount Washington is 50 miles an hour. What's an undercast? I mean, this cloud touching the ground, which is fog, is only about 400 or 500 feet deep. Above that, it's sunny this morning. Tim Caputo, former news anchor colleague of mine, was flying over Boston this morning as the sun was coming up, and there are the tops of the buildings. The old John Hancock, the Prudential Tower, and that one across the street from the Prudential Tower. Those buildings are about 600 feet tall. And so the sun is trying to erode this fog from the top down. And so we may get some sun. Yesterday was shocking how nice it turned on Cape Cod. More on that in more. So it's that weird situation I talked about for last few days where we have high pressure near the ground and an upper level low. So it's a stability near the ground and instability up in the sky, which is ultimately going to result in rain. This fog, I used to like to say, and I still do, fog is future snow, but in this case, fog is future rain. So I think we do get the sun to come out a little bit today. High pressure is moving offshore, but it's going to keep us rather moist. I don't think it'll be as much sun as yesterday. And here's let's go with the NAM. It's a high-resolution guidance product, and it goes out only 84 hours. And there's the green. Rain showers coming in tonight, and only far northern Maine is going to be cold enough for maybe some snow mixed in. So rain showers are coming in off and on. More on than off for Wednesday into Thursday. It's only gradually going to turn colder up in the sky for rain to change to snow later Thursday. So you want to see how much rain we're getting? This is a rough estimate. Often the NAM can be overdone, but we'll stick with the NAM. That violet color is an inch of rain. So some spots in southwestern New England, parts of western New England get an inch of rain, but it looks like the far north and our favorite ski areas are getting less than a half inch of rain. But nonetheless, it's rain. It's the last thing we want going in the middle of between Christmas and New Year's. So many people on vacation, so ski terrain limited at best. But the mountain operations teams are eager to keep it in as good a shape as possible, so it's better that it's a little warmer now. And then it starts getting colder on Thursday. Now let's switch to the European model and take it out for 240 hours. It's a 10-day model, and it's really backed off how deep those low pressure systems are that are tracking south of New England. You got a low tracking south of New England. Wait, and it makes it rain? That's not right. Well, the low goes south of us and there's a high north of us. It's supposed to snow. Well, I guess I should rewind a little bit here to tell you how this has happened. That storm in the middle of the country with the blizzard warning now in effect for 2 days, I looked around, and those snowfall amounts out there are only in the order of 4 to 8 inches. So far, that snow forecast was way overdone. And the snow has been actually backing to the west. It has created the wind, though, so a few stations have reported blizzard conditions, but the fact that storm has been sitting there stalled, it's occluded out now, it's pumped so much warm air up to the east of it that warm boundary's gone all the way up into southeastern Canada. And even though there's some new cold trying to come at us, it's not going to come in until we get a couple of these lows to go off to our south. All right, so now I'll go back to those lows going off to our south, and there's a new one here in the Gulf of Maine. Look at it, just kind of sits there for Friday into Saturday, and there are snowflakes in a lot of New England Friday into Saturday. It's not a lot of snow, but it's going to look and feel a lot more wintry here. And the fact that it's not as deep a low pressure system and not as cold on the backside of this as I was thinking before, it's not going to be that typical wicked Arctic blast on our New Year's weekend that we see a lot of times after it rains on a holiday. We've seen this pattern so many times. It seems like year after year after year where you have great skiing and snow heading in towards the end of December, and then we get this upset in the pattern and it turns warmer and wet and windy, and then it gets all icy cold. Well, the icy cold is only going to gradually come in next week. We can take it further than that. It looks like it's going to be dry about next Monday and Tuesday. And here we go with that southern system. We've been watching this for a couple of days here, and it is trying to make snow again, like it did, 48 hours ago or 72 in Mississippi and Alabama. And then that storm would be off to our south, probably coming toward the north late next week. Now we're talking all the way out to January 4th and 5th. So the pattern is turning marginally colder, but as for the 10-day snowfall amount, you can see it moving to the west there, still in the plains. That's that system backing. A little stripe across far northern Maine. And then there's our Saturday, turning our ground blue. No, it'll be white, but the blue means just a couple of inches of snow, and that'll be mostly just in the hills. I'll be pretty surprised if we get accumulating snow from Boston to Cape Cod, although it's not out of the question. And West Virginia, yeah, the snow's piling up off to our southwest. Oh, boy. And then also the Sierra Nevada's getting it. You're going to book a flight quick, strategic straight Weir out to Heavenly. It is snowing again in California. And look at the lack of snow there in Canada. Wow. Very little snow falling in Canada. That's not a great sign. You want to build a deep snowpack in Canada. It creates the refrigerator effect, and it makes it easier to get cold around here. So as these lows go by over the next couple of days, that flag is going to come up, and we may have some gusty wind from the northeast. It's going to look and feel like a nor'easter here. I didn't show this yet, the Boston 3 to 5 day. The wind is on the bottom there. You see it spiking up here. What was that, Thursday morning or so? And from the northeast, and it's not exactly a warm storm. I mean, we're in the mid-40s. The water and air temperature are going to be very similar. And you can see a couple of snowflakes there on the far lower right in Boston. That would be Saturday morning. That's when our thaw looks like it's going to end, Saturday morning or Sunday morning. And you want to see something really sad? The webcam at Blue Hill ski area below the observatory. And it looks like the sun was trying to come out above that this morning. That is sad. So most of that snow is going to be gone. We're going to have to start from scratch next Sunday or so. So we will not be skiing at the Blue Hill ski area before 2024. And hopefully there is a cold snap that comes in and holds. And it does look like there'll be some cold, but it doesn't look as cold as it did in the Pragues from a couple of days ago. Anyhow, standing out in the fog with T-Rex the day after Christmas, and Steve next to the grill. Yeah, I'm still grilling. Steve, you're so patient. I will untie you from there, and we will go out to your perch underneath the feeder, which has no seed in it right now. So I'm going to feed the birds. Work in the garden? No. Yeah, I'll leave you with yesterday. Just shockingly beautiful on Cape Cod yesterday. I was so surprised, and We went down to the beach and assessed the damage from last Monday's storm. And the train going by. Hello, Rose. You gonna bloom for us in January? Anyhow, the damage down the beach on our little Follins Pond, Arthur Walker Association, the water came up and chewed away another foot of the banking and gave us some more sand, but it's pretty much the highest water level I've seen. And our little ramp there was displaced from at the base of Olivia Walker. It was moved about 100 yards towards the south. I'm not sure how that happened. There must have been a swirling water. And we put our little raft back up on the hill. Anyhow, thanks for watching, your weather, and more. Talk to you tomorrow. What did I say about not much sunshine today? Oops. It's a gift from Santa Claus. Just total blue sky. No inversion on Cape Cod. Subsidence, high pressure system, winning out over an upper level low pressure system. Just gorgeous. It's like 50 degrees, at least. Hear that? That's a red-tailed hawk over there somewhere. Rex, help me open this. What's in there? Get there. Yes! Good job, Rex. What's in there? All right. You love socks. I love socks too. What was that? What was that, you Rex? Oh, yeah! We talked about moving that ramp. Mother Nature took care of it for us. You won't believe how far it moved. All the way over to there. Right there. Looks like we lost about, I don't know, 2 feet of banking in that storm last Monday, December 18th. But we gained a bunch of sand. And that raft stayed still. A couple of dead trees. Came down, went up that path, one right there. There's where our ramp was. There's the Tim and Al foundation we built 2 years ago. Lasted a good amount of time. Christmas Day 2023. Picking up the pieces. Leverage. We used some Top Schaefer leverage and got that thing back up against the banking. But you guys that put it up initially did a great job because everything else floated away and away and away. Way down there. And how that pole got behind there is just, I would have loved to see the wave action on that one. I think this might be the first time in my life where I actually went into the pond with bare feet on Christmas Day. My 60th Christmas here. And we made it, hopefully it'll last. We probably won't have another tide like that this year. Maybe, possibly not. Just a beautiful, quiet Christmas day. Unless you have a neighbor that's obsessed with, not mowing, but I would say sucking leaves up. Anyhow, really pretty sunset on Bass River. Up here, Christmas was a little more peaceful than this right now. It's very pretty though, isn't it? Yeah, the lawn looks great. The lights look great. And then there's a full moon, almost full, cold moon.